Hey, I'm Dan Fitzpatrick. Happy New Year. Um, it's Monday. Uh, we've apparently we've captured an innocent man. He's a fine man. He's a good man. Um, if you don't believe me, just ask him. His wife as well. So a couple of fine people. We're moving into the city of New York, at least for a while. Um, so there's that. Anyway, so back on track. We got a nice pop today in a lot of these stocks. I'll get back to GD in just a sec, but like some of these energy names, just absolutely screamed out at the open, and then they fell back. But then these things are closing, pretty strongly. Slob, even like Valero or Refiner is popping up. These guys are all going up, and and that's kind of a good thing. It's kind of a good thing for all of us. So that takes me back though to General Dynamic. These stocks that I just covered, I went had a like a 2 hour training session this morning with our members. If you're not one of them, I invite you to start your 2026 off on the right note. Join my team and let's make you some money this year, okay? So check it out, $7 for 14 days. I mean, if you can't swing that, maybe you shouldn't be trading. Anyway, so the thing about this is on twice average volume, this big move. And it had a really, really nice closing location. Looks like it tailed off. It actually didn't tail off. Let me just take the regular hours, and you can see this thing had a heck of a high closing location. It was almost all the way up till the top of the range. It was only just after hours when it ticked down just slightly. But the bottom line is this is a stock I think that's ready to roll. I put it on our list here at 356.08. So we put this on the list higher than it is right now. Given the way the news is flowing, we could see even a gap tomorrow to have this thing keep going. But I wouldn't I wouldn't sit around and wait to see too much longer anyway to wait and see what's going to happen. I would say in the morning, if the stock opens up anywhere above 350 and holds there for, let's say, 15 minutes, if it's still above 350 until 9:45, that's when you can buy this stock pretty safely because it tells you that there's not a lot of selling pressure after this big move. This has been a great pattern here. This is a really good pattern, nice tight Bollinger Bands here, a 50-day moving average that's just about completely sideways. So this is working really well. I want you to be a part of it. So I think you can literally take some stock right here, keep a stop. Don't I wouldn't give it more than say 4%, maybe even 3. Just don't give this much room at all because this is early in the move. If it whipsaws on you, that's fine. If you get stopped out, that's why we put stops in. You can get shaken out if you keep them too tight, but just don't keep it so loose that if the stock happens to fall down here, you're still scratching your head wondering if you should still own it. But this has been a really, really nice consolidation pattern. The thing that's really good is that these stocks they've all been moving up. And so we like this group rotation. It's much better than just an isolated rotation into one stock. Okay. So that's all I got for you. Hope you all have a great evening. I'll see you tomorrow.